nights, the engine neon glows so bright. Spanish moss on the marquee sign, another story on the screen tonight. Remember static on the radio dial, the drive-in was our sacred ground. A whispered word, a knowing smile, watching movies all over town.
Grab your popcorn and dim the lights. We're taking a trip back in time to explore the glitz, glamour, and dirt floor beginnings of the Orlando area's cinema scene. From 1886 to the dawn of the talkies, here's the history of the silver screen in Central Florida. The early reel, 1886 to 1919. 1886. The curtain rose for the very first time at the Grand Theater, kicking off Orlando's love affair with the stage and screen. Late 1900s, Winter Garden joined the fun with the opening of the Lyric Theater, though its run was short-lived. It closed its doors in the early 1910s. 1911, a huge year for film fans. The Lucerne Theater opened on December 2nd. Meanwhile, St. Cloud welcomed the Conn Theater, which would later be known by the catchy names The Palm and The Popular. 1912. The Lucerne was clearly a hit, celebrating another opening, or expansion, on January 4th. 1913. By this year, the Favorite Theater was already a local staple for moviegoers. 1914. Sanford entered the spotlight as the Imperial Theater opened its doors. 1915. Talk about an outdoor experience. The Allen Theater in Sanford opened on November 8th. It had no roof and a dirt floor, but it had plenty of character. You might know it better by its later names, the Hippodrome or the Princess. That same year, Claremont debuted the Reliance Air Dome. 1917. Winter Park got fancy on February 1st with the opening of the Baby Grand, while the Dr. Phillips Theater also began its run. 1919, a November rebrand. The Favorite Theater officially changed its name to the American Theater. The Roaring Twenties, 1921 to 1929. 1921. On December 9th, the crown jewel arrived. The Beecham Theater opened, instantly becoming the leading movie palace in Orlando. 1922. Cinema was booming. Sanford got the Mullane, Eustis opened the State, and Mount Dora's Princess Theater triumphantly reopened after a fire. Plus, the Reliance was rebuilt and reopened, eventually rebranding as the Lake. 1923. A final curtain call for the Lucerne, which closed that December. 1925. Umatilla joined the map with the opening of the Palace Theater. 1926, a massive year for movie palaces. Kissimmee's Arcade Theater opened on January 11th, followed by the grand debut of the Rialto downtown on April 19th. Sadly, we said goodbye to both the American and Sanford's Imperial this year. 1928, fireworks and flames. The Princess in Mount Dora closed after a July 4th fire. On a brighter note, the Isis opened on November 4th. To avoid a mix-up with the palace in Leesburg, Umatilla's Palace changed its name to the Yuma. We also saw the Phillips Theater close its doors. 1929. Like a phoenix, the Princess in Mount Dora reopened on January 12th. Meanwhile, the Old Phillips, or Dr. Phillips Theater, got a fresh identity as the Ritz. Late 1920s, the decade wrapped up with a flurry of new screens, including the Princess in Sanford, the Palace in Leesburg, and the Umatilla Theater. Thanks for joining us for this cinematic stroll down memory lane. Like and subscribe to catch our next deep dive into history.